been there. It's a bit nippy, isn't it? Right, there are things that you can do, and some of them don't cost a lot of money. The first thing to do is see if you can get some bubble wrap, lots of it, and you can often get it free. If you go around and look in bins outside offices, they often throw away a lot of bubble wrap, and you can just grab it and it's free. And then what you do is, now the most important thing, scrape the ice off that window and try and make sure that the recess is dry. And then you want to put the bubble wrap across it. Now, you can do 2 phases depending on what you've got. If you've only got enough to do 1 layer, you attach it to this bit so that there's a gap between the glass and this. Attach it as firmly as you can. So if you've got a staple gun's ideal, or sellotape if it's that. If you've got enough, you can put bubble wrap with the bubbles facing the glass, on the glass. Just push it on the glass, bit of water, push it on the glass, and then you put some over it so that you've got, you've made your glass bubble wrap thicker, and then you've got a gap, and then you've got bubble wrap. You have seen, or most of you have seen, that silver stuff around my bed. I think it's the same stuff that they sell on the TikTok shop for behind radiators. Now, I don't know how big those sheets are, so don't go trotting off and buying that. You can buy it in quite big rolls, so do price check it before you go buying it. Then what you've got to do is move your furniture away from the wall so that there is space. You don't want things right up against the wall because you've got quite a damp place, I think, there. You can use that bubble wrap not to kind of insulate all the walls, which I mean would work, but you'd end up with awful mould behind it, so don't. But like I've done with my bed, there's not mould behind there, but like I've done with my bed, just put a cocoon. Maybe if you've got a corner where you sit, put it in the corner behind with your chair against it to keep the cold from the walls coming in. Now, if you've got a bit more money, you need to go and buy a thing called a desiccant dehumidifier. Don't buy a condenser, buy a desiccant one. Condensers don't work as well in cold temperatures, for starters, and secondly, they blow out a stream of warm air. So if you buy one of those, you plug it in. Dry air does not feel as cold to you as warm air, so wet air. So it would be a lot more comfortable if you can dry it out. After that, there are, like, for example, you can tent your ceiling. You can put a thing up there and you can put a sheet and tent your ceiling, but that can be a fire risk. And if you burn candles or you smoke or whatever, don't do it, it's a fire risk. Make sure that things that conduct heat easily, like metal, do not touch things like the wall because they will put things through. Thick rugs, pay attention to what's under your feet. Make sure that you've got thin rugs. That silver stuff, you can put that under rugs. I have done it to try and stop drafts coming up through the floorboards. You do need some ventilation, so you don't want to seal yourself up completely. But bubble wrapping the windows, and the other thing is make sure you have a really thick door curtain and a draft strop at the bottom. A pair of climbing socks stuffed with old tights just to put up to stop the draft coming under the door. Always make sure you wear, I mean, I'm sure you do. I'm sure if it's like that, you're not going to be wandering around in your drawers. But yeah, start with a bubble wrap, free, and work your way up from there.